Hello, I'm Camelia, and this is KiniNews. Former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad is both sad and livid over the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. He hit out at Israel and its supporters today, saying they were hypocrites and the actual terrorists.
Mahathir expressed his condolences and said that he was lucky to have made Ismail's acquaintance over the years. He said Ismail's unrelenting quest in fighting for the liberation of Palestine against Israel's occupation is indeed something every freedom fighter should emulate. Describing Israel as a rogue and genocidal nation, Mahathir said what happened to Ismail demonstrated the Zionist regime's arrogance and ruthlessness. He said the Western media and some of their leaders continue to condemn Hamas and Ismail as terrorists when Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israel Defense Forces, and the illegal Jewish settlers have been committing acts of terror on Palestinians for decades. He added that he was angry because the Western world, which can make a difference, chooses to keep quiet and instead sides with the Israelis. However, Mahathir said he remains optimistic because Ismail's struggle will not perish with him and Palestinians would not allow his death to be in vain. He added that they may have killed Ismail, but not his ideas and what he stood for.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has condemned Meta for removing another post from his Instagram and Facebook accounts that mentioned the late Hamas leader.
In a post on Facebook, Anwar said Meta has once again acted insolent and insulted the struggle of the Palestinian people by removing videos and condolence messages as well as criticism of the killing of the late Haniyeh. He said it is unreasonable to consider posts honoring a fighter who sought to liberate his homeland from oppression and suffering as dangerous. Anwar also told Meta to cease this display of cowardice and stop acting as instruments of the oppressive Zionist Israeli regime. According to the screenshot shared on Anwar's Facebook, the post was removed for containing symbols, praise, or support of people and organizations that they defined as dangerous. This is not the first time posts by Malaysian parties featuring Hamas have been removed. Yesterday, the Prime Minister's office had also criticized Meta for taking down a post from Anwar's account. The post featured him meeting the late Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in May. The post on Anwar meeting Ismail had also been taken down before that, but was later restored, with Meta stating they were removed in error.
Communications Minister Fahmi Fatil also commented on the matter. In a press conference today, he said the government has requested Meta to explain why Anwar's posts were removed. Fahmi added that so far no media organizations have had their posts about the Prime Minister's meeting with representatives of Hamas or the killing of Ismail Haniyeh taken down, except for Bernama Radio.
Saya telah meminta supaya penjelasan diperoleh daripada pihak Meta kenapa hanya posting-posting ataupun kandungan yang dimuat naik oleh di akaun rasmi Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri yang disasar. Waktu ini ada beberapa kemungkinan sama ada ia diturunkan oleh pihak Meta sendiri secara automatik ataupun yang diterima daripada aduan orang ramai.
During the press conference, Fahmi also announced that the government will be organizing a Palestine Solidarity Rally on Sunday, August 4th in Kuala Lumpur. He said all quarters, including members of parliament and senators, are invited to the rally, which will be held at 8 p.m. at Axiata Arena.
Kita harap ini akan menjadi satu signal yang jelas kepada masyarakat antarabangsa juga bahawa pendirian rakyat Malaysia dalam isu Palestin tidak berubah dan kita akan terus bersolidariti bersama rakyat Palestin.
The MAHP deal was back in the headlines today with a PKR MP reiterating his call for the government to cancel the deal.
Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Abdul Karim has called on the government to cancel the Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad deal. This was following the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. In a statement, the PKR MP said Malaysia must stop any form of direct or indirect cooperation with entities closely linked to the Zionist regime. He said at a time when the Malaysian community is mourning and saddened by Ismail's death, it is appropriate for Malaysia to cancel the sale of the majority of the shares of MAHB, a strategic company in our country, to Global Infrastructure Partners GIP, which BlackRock controls. The deal refers to a controversy that began on May 15th when Khazanah Nasional Berhad revealed that the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority and GIP would form a consortium to acquire shares in the airport operator. The decision faced criticism from various parties after it was discovered that BlackRock, a company perceived to have ties with Israel, is acquiring GIP. Hassan also called on the government to mobilize its dynamic international diplomatic initiatives towards the independence of a sovereign Palestinian state.
Social media platforms that fail to get licensed by January 1st next year can be punished with fines and/or jail time if they continue to operate in Malaysia. This is according to Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil. Fahmi said this today when asked to explain whether the Communications and Multimedia Act had provisions that would allow the government to shut down unlicensed platforms.
Pada waktu ini, yang kita tetapkan adalah tindakan boleh diambil di bawah Seksyen 126 Akta Komunikasi dan Multimedia, Akta 588. Sekiranya didapati bersalah, penyedia perkhidmatan boleh dikenakan denda tidak melebihi RM500,000 ataupun 5 tahun penjara ataupun kedua-duanya, dan boleh dikenakan tindakan ataupun dikenakan denda RM1,000 untuk setiap hari atau sebahagian daripada hari tersebut selagi mana the offence ataupun kesalahan itu berterusan.
Fahmi also clarified that the license did not apply to individual users. The new regulatory framework for social media and internet messaging service providers comes into effect today. Service providers will have until December 31st to register before implementation is enforced on January 1st, 2025. UMNO is seeking compensation from their former lawmaker that had defected to PAS. The two-term assemblyperson had been serving a 6-year suspension from the party.
UMNO has announced that they will initiate legal proceedings against Rumbia Assemblyperson Muhammad Jailani Khamis. This is to claim 100 million ringgit in compensation from him for defecting. UMNO's Secretary General Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki said the move was agreed upon at the party's Supreme Council meeting last night. Ashraf said the meeting deliberated and agreed to initiate legal action to claim the compensation as per the agreement set for the party's representatives who have defected. On July 16th, PAS announced that Jailani had joined the Islamist Party. Following this, on July 19th, Jailani said he decided to leave the ruling Malacca coalition government as Chief Minister Abdul Rauf Yusof broke promises in the 2021 state election manifesto. Jailani was serving a 6-year suspension from UMNO after he was seen attending a high-profile Perikatan Nasional event in Johor in September 2023. Previously, Ashraf presented the original contract signed by Jailani, which stipulated that representatives must relinquish their memberships if they go against the party's decision and pay 100 million ringgit as compensation.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you like access to news like this and more, subscribe now to Malaysia Kini and support independent media. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.